in the forest. Hey, so I don't know how this is gonna go today because my last few attempts have not succeeded. Okay, I'll just tell you that. Yeah, so I'll just say lately my luck with lights um, has not been good. This time around on this camping trip here, I broke my fairy lights. I was adjusting my fairy lights so I could plug them into my Blue Eddy right here because I just recently moved my Blue Eddy here on top of the shelf. And while I was doing that, see how this wire is going in here? Yeah, I broke that off. I broke this piece off and I've placed it back in there and it's still not working. Usually I have an extra light in here for when I do filming. And I took that out last trip and I forgot to put it back for this trip. Speaking of lights and my last trip was an absolute fail. And that is because I did something that I really should know better not to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get some breakfast started here and I will tell you that story. All right, so I switched the camera around. So hopefully y'all can see a little bit better, but I'm going to go ahead and start making some breakfast here. Just something simple today. My last trip, remember when, so I posted a video where I went solo to McCoy's Ferry Campground. And I liked it so much that I wanted to bring my family back there. So me, my husband, and my son, y'all, today, like oh gosh. Now my back curtain wants to come down. Y'all, this has been, my last 2 trips have been something else. I'll just leave it at that. So basically, I liked that campground so much that I wanted to take, my family back there. So we've had a few changes in our kind of family schedule or whatever. And so there's been a lot going on basically. And we just kind of all, needed a little break. So we're like, hey, let's book a trip to McCoy's Ferry and we'll, have a nice weekend out there, detached from our devices, all that good stuff. Well, so since we were all going to be there and we were tent camping as opposed to car camping, because like I said before, myself, my husband, and my 8-year-old son, we can't all fit in this SUV. So we brought our big tent and our air mattresses, all that good stuff. And since we're going to be outdoors, with the tent at the tent site, I figured I'd buy some outdoor lights to go ahead and hang up at our tent site. Well, let me tell y'all, I made a huge mistake. When I bought the outdoor lights, they're like globe lights. I bought them from Target. And y'all, I made a rookie mistake. Like, for real, I should have known better. So go to Target, buy these cute globe lights. I'll put them here somewhere in the video so you can see. After we set up the tent, I go ahead and I set up the lights. My husband and I set up the lights around camp. Right? No big deal. Cool. Set up the lights. So we have nice ambiance going, some nice lights going. And now it's time to go ahead and blow up the air mattresses, right? So McCoy's Ferry, there's no electric. So whatever electric you bring, that's what you have. Okay. Now that we have that understood. I take the Blue Eddy because that's my only power source that I have. I have a Blue Eddy EB3A, which, you know, it's one of the lower it doesn't have a lot of power, right? Like, it's just enough to kind of get to what you need. So I'm like making a mess here. Anyway, so basically, like I said, it's just enough to get you what you need, you know, for a little trip, as long as you're not using too much power. And now that I have actual fridge in my setup, you know, I have to be even more careful with the power that I'm consuming. Like right now, I'm using this cool little pan so it was just taking up around 500 or so watts, but it cooks really quick, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm just cooking an egg, just something, you know. And actually, I'm going to turn it off because the egg is pretty much done. But I'm all over the place, y'all. Sorry. It's been a weird time lately, so I apologize. So I unhook the outdoor lights from my Blue Eddy EB3A. I take my Blue Eddy EB3A into our tent so we can go ahead and blow up the air mattresses. Because when we're tent camping, that's how we roll. We use air mattresses. So I go to plug in the air pump, because we have an electric air pump as well. Go to plug that in, and y'all, when I plugged in the outdoor lights, the Blue Eddy had 79% battery left. When I went to go plug in the air pump to blow up the air mattresses, my Blue Eddy was all the way down to 34%. Mind you, I had the lights running on the Blue Eddy for maybe 20-25 minutes. So we had a refrigerator full of food, right? Because, you know, my guys are meat eaters, right? So we got a whole bunch of meat. I'm putting some spicy guacamole on my sandwich here. But yeah, so had a whole bunch of meat here in the cooler, or not in the cooler, in the refrigerator. And basically what that meant was the refrigerator would last that night into the morning, and after that our meat would go bad. So what we decided to do was we decided to spend the night there at McCoy's Ferry Campground. By the time we went to bed, the Blue Eddy from the refrigerator running still had quite a lot of the Blue Eddy still had quite a lot of juice from it, because it actually turned out to be a really cold night that night. So the Blue Eddy didn't need to consume that much power. But when we woke up in the morning, the Blue Eddy was at 5%. Of course, I didn't bring my 100 watt Renogy solar panel, because when you're tent camping and you're loading up air mattresses and all that good stuff for 3 people, 2 adults and a child, you know, space is limited in the car. So I didn't have enough room to bring my solar panel. So basically we had to abandon camp and leave so that our meat and our food would not spoil. Yeah, I guess we could have went and got some ice, but at that point we were just kind of like, this sucks, because later that night we wouldn't have had any lights besides the fire. So it was a whole thing. We abandoned camp that morning. We cooked our bacon, egg, and pancakes that morning, and we abandoned camp. That was it. So if you guessed in the poll that I put in the community tab, if you guessed that we abandoned camp because my Blue Eddy died, you're 100% right. It would have been really cool to tell a story that, you know, we had to abandon camp because there were wild hogs. That would have been a great story. That would have been a much better story. But no, that's not what happened. And now today, on this trip, I come to give you all a video and I break my fairy lights. So, yeah, so now I need to get new fairy lights. So that's it. That's the video today. Just an update of why I wasn't able to post on Friday. Not much going on. I'm just kind of relaxing today. So for this video, I don't have much to show you all or tell y'all except for our experience that we had. The video that did not video, the video that did not happen. So I appreciate you watching. We're past 900 subscribers now. So I just want to say thank you very much for your continued support. And those who are new around here, hello, thank you, welcome, thank you for subscribing, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye.